All right, we're just getting the stream set up. Having some technical difficulties today because, well, the software is updated. So I'm not sure. I might just have to edit the description later on the YouTube app, which is unfortunate, but I guess that's what happens on this new thing. And let's practice this. Okay, that will completely change it over. And then I should be able to screen share into this Discord chat. How does it look up on here? And does the audio work as well? Is anyone able to hear me? Check one, check one, check 1, 2, 3, mic check 1. And I've got a chat overlay too. And now my head's down here at the bottom of the screen. All right, can hear. Right on, Shoes. I see you in the chat. The software has been updated. It does feel a lot more streamlined, but yeah, I mean, it's a little strange at first to get used to, but hey, I think we can get it done. I think we can do it. But yeah, just join the Discord chat and we could get this podcast underway. Get some water. Shoes of a champion. Yo.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk.
Here?
Yeah.
On?
Yeah, we can hear well. It was just a little bit of like background noise or whatever on the let me talk to you part. But yeah, we can hear you loud and clear
right.
now.
Oh, can hear. All right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
We're live.
This is the Let Me Talk to You podcast. Live.
Yep, this is the Let Me Talk to You podcast, and
gotta work on that intro.
We've got a lot to go into today, since it's been pretty wild last week or so. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the video, shall we? So
all right, let's do it.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, first thing I want to say is, any of you watching UFC 309? It was a great event. It was a great one. It was a good one. You had Trump in the crowd. You had John Jones doing the Trump dance, handing the belt to Trump. You had Bull Nickel doing the golf swing and the Trump dance. It was, UFC also, like they always do. They had a big entrance. They showed Trump's entrance and they had like a video package for him. You'll never see that anywhere else. The NFL, they just banned the Trump dance. And, they punished Nick Bosa for wearing a MAGA hat. You'll never see that anywhere else.
Yeah, I think the UFC is kind of becoming like, I mean, there's a good reason it's the fastest growing sport in the world, and it's kind of becoming this new cultural phenomenon that, I mean, the NFL wishes it could be, The NFL wishes it could have that kind of authenticity that like MMA and the UFC have, but they don't.
As long as Roger Goodell was in charge of the NFL, they'll keep pandering to the woke. But the tide is shift. Like the woke is dead. It's only a matter of time before, hopefully, these fucking companies and shit, these entertainment companies, get rid of the woke shit and allow free speech.
Yeah,
They're getting baffled with me. The NFL bans the Trump dance, but you can do all these stupid Fortnite dances and fucking you could kneel for the anthem, or you could stay in the locker room to boycott the anthem, the national anthem. That doesn't make sense to me, Skip.
nah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, and you can have Black Lives Matter on a helmet. You can have all these fucking woke messages. That's fine, but God forbid you wear a Trump hat or do a Trump dance.
Yeah, I think Roger Goodell is just like, he's a big SJW. He doesn't really understand like what exactly is going on. I don't think he can wrap his head around it. And instead of just like accepting it for what it is, he has to be a big baby about it. And he has to go ahead and fine players and, do everything in his power to try to prevent like the new movement from taking over his product. And that's what I think he's trying to do. I think he's just basically being a party pooper.
And what happened to free speech? That's why UFC is so great, though. Like Dana White, he's a big Trump supporter, but like he allows his fighters to support Trump, and even if there's left wing fighters, he doesn't silence them. It's like, what happened to free speech?
Yeah.
That's like other companies and shit, other entertainment companies. Like if they were like UFC with free speech, I think their ratings they get a big ratings boost. Like the NFL, like believe it or not, the NFL since the Taylor Swift shit and the Kaepernick shit, like their ratings are still like they're still doing well with ratings and shit, but it did take a dive since all that shit happened.
Yeah. They when the NFL when they tried to bring in Taylor Swift, it just felt so, corporately created. It's like it's not like,
Actually, I forgot.
oh, go for it.
I'm gonna let you finish. Oh, Taylor Swift and shit. Yeah, sure. You got a bunch of little kids and fucking like they say Swifties that tuned in just to see fucking Taylor Swift. Like the majority NFL fans want to watch football, not fucking Taylor Swift. Like it's football. It's not. I mean, I guess it is entertainment, but most football fans want to watch football. Like could care less about a celebrity being in the crowd.
Yeah, but it's like every time Patrick Mahomes does anything in the football game, they like pan immediately to Taylor Swift, right? Yeah. Oh, there's
Travis Kelce, yeah.
looking at Travis Kelce.
Yeah, every time Travis Kelce would catch the ball, they just go right to Taylor Swift. It's like we're all sick of that. I mean, it doesn't. I always kind of forgot about it because I haven't really watched the NFL in a long ass fucking time. I don't really follow the NFL as much. But like I hear from like my dad and shit. Some of my friends, like, they're sick of the Taylor Swift shit in the NFL. It's like, man, Trump was at a Steelers game and they showed him once. They showed him once.
Yeah. For like a split second on camera. And meanwhile, Taylor Swift
I also want to say,
like 13, 14 times a game.
I also want to say, apparently, Donald Trump, President 47, now officially has more X followers than Taylor Swift.
Oh, wow.
So Taylor Swift, you can suck it. Not literally. She's unattractive as hell, if you ask me. She's plastic.
Yeah, she looks like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, President 45, 47. He's officially got more X followers than Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's not a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I mean,
That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
it's not a good thing for the SUV.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, you can go fuck yourself. You're not, you're not as big of a deal as you think you are. You just sing. You're not a fucking Donald Trump. He's a world leader. He's a fucking president of the nation. He's your leader, Taylor Swift. He's your president, whether you like it or not. Taylor Swift, you're just a singer. You're just an entertainer. You don't have the power that Trump has.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump. I mean, he's pretty much now now that he's become president again, he's the most influential man on the planet. I mean, that's a lot of power in his hands.
Yeah, I know the media likes to the media likes to act as if Taylor Swift is fucking powerful individual. No, she's just an entertainer. She's just an entertainer. Like Trump, he has power. He's a president. What's Taylor Swift? Just an actor.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift. I mean, really, she is just like she's this corporate cheese pop basically character they've basically created. She's this persona, and she's easily bought out by whoever has the highest amount of money. So I'm not too really worried about her. I mean, when she endorsed Kamala Harris, I actually wasn't that worried, and people were surprised. But I think I said this before. I talked about the internal polling, and basically it showed that like 70% of our audience really didn't care or was unable to vote. So like they wouldn't be influenced by it. And then 18% of our audience, they were upset about the decision to endorse Kamala. And then like only 9% of our audience was ecstatic and ready to vote for Kamala. So I mean, it really didn't do that much for her. And then, the Democrats they brought up that, that there was an increase after Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala in voter registration, but most of that was in like California and New York, like deep blue states where it wasn't going to matter anyways.
And there was also this movement of Swifties for Trump. Like it kind of backfired. It backfired on Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
even Trump's family was like trolling Taylor Swift with the whole the Swifties for Trump thing.
Yeah,
that thing on TikTok. And of course, the left, like ever since they lost the election, ever since Scumbia lost the election, they've been they've been pointing fingers, and some are blaming Taylor Swift, which is great to see. Some are blaming George Clooney, this old washed actor. because he was the one that I guess told Biden to step down.
Yeah.
They're tearing each other apart, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch the meltdowns at this point with these SJWs because, I mean, you see the one chick that was like yelling in her car after Trump won. She's like screaming, "No, no, no, no!"
There was a lot.
Why?
Black lady,
Why?
black chick.
That,
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't tell if that was an act or if that was like legitimate. Like it's like so dramatic.
it seemed so
Like who?
dramatic, like it was over dramatic almost, you know.
Like who really goes out of their way to record themselves
Having a panic attack as
throwing a tantrum and posts it on the internet?
like it almost seemed like it was like just to get clicks, you know, just to get
Probably.
watch it and laugh at them.
I enjoy that. I'm enjoying all these meltdowns. It's we're 2 weeks. Oh yeah, there's this actress called. I know those of you watching, you likely don't even know who the hell she is. There's this actress called Jessica Harmon. She ever since the election, apparently to this day, like my friend that he doesn't follow her, but he looks at her because she blocked me. I messaged her, I trolled her and shit. She's still making like long ass videos talking about, she's from, first of all, she's from Canada too. She's from fucking Canada. Why should she give a shit about our election?
Yeah,
But like, she's been having these long fucking videos just bitching about, oh, you elected a dictator, and just bitching and complaining and shit. It's 2 weeks later, and she's still melting down over it. I'm enjoying it.
yeah, I am enjoying it as well. Watching her just melt down. I know Jessica Harmon. I've seen her on like a Threads post. She always has like awful takes, pretty much. She's a D-list Canadian actor. She's kind of, she's garbage, and her takes are garbage. And yeah, I seen her, and she wears like a mask all the time, even in 2024. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Also, I also want to bring up. I'm stoked that Trump chose Robert F. Kennedy as the HHS, the health,
Yeah,
whatever the health position.
talk about that act.
I'm fucking baffled. I'm fucking baffled on. I don't really. I haven't really been following like those positions, like all the cabinet positions in politics. I just really follow like president, VP. That's like really the only thing I really like knew about. I didn't know that Biden had a fucking mentally deranged, obese person as our health, this health position.
Yeah, that
How do you have that? You pick the most unhealthy person,
service.
like physically and mentally. A fucking mentally deranged guy. Not only he's morbidly obese, but he thinks he's a chick.
Yeah,
That I don't get. With DEI and shit. I don't know how. That's like if you have a dentist with bad teeth.
pretty
It
much.
just doesn't make any sense. How do you pick a morbidly obese, transgender person as a fucking health, as a health person? It
Well,
doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious because what you see is
Oh yeah, Pander Express.
well,
I love the pander.
but the other thing is I've brought this up before, and it's that there's more sinister things at play by having that type of person be in the HHS. You see, the entire health sector of Joe Biden's administration, he's been looking towards like the current HHS secretary Rachel Levine and Anthony Fauci, and basically what they are is they're pretty much close, tight allies with the pharmaceutical industries, and basically they want people to still be sick, and they just want to prescribe opioids basically, and just keep their drug sales up while the rest of America continues to be sick. So
Yeah, that's what it is.
that
They really don't get like.
they go in
They
there.
really don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, it's good. RFK is going to go in there and root out the corruption. I'm rooting him on for that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You know, the government, like those of you watching, like they don't give a shit about you. They just want your money. And you know, when you're unhealthy, you're gonna be, you're gonna be seeing a doctor. You're gonna be going to the hospital. You're gonna be buying you're gonna be purchasing drugs.
Yeah,
So like they profit off of that. They make money off of it. That's all they care about. That's all they want.
yeah. They want more money, and then they've been pushing the Ozempic. You ever heard of Ozempic before?
Negative. I have.
No, it's basically like it's supposed to be like a miracle thing that the pharmaceuticals pushing out. They're calling it a miracle drug for like people with diabetes, obesity. Basically, it's an injection that you keep putting into yourself, and it's still relatively new and somewhat experimental out of the pharmaceutical industry. And basically, they are trying to get a bunch of like obese people to try this drug, and it may or may not have great health effects, especially if they're saying that all you have to do is continuously inject yourself with Ozempic every day, to look slimmer.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it almost
surprising that they have
tried to sell
they have something like that.
Diet pills. Remember that back in like the 2000s, the diet pills that just like take away water weight.
Diets?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the fat burning shit.
Yeah. And it turned out that no doctors would like recommend that. It's pretty much a similar thing. Except now they're saying that they recommend it because that's what this administration's health secretary wants. So yeah, I think
I guess it's like a shortcut. But they don't actually. It's like I guess like liposuction and shit.
Yeah, well, liposuction's different. Liposuction's kind of like more like a surgery. And usually to get liposuction, it used to be that you actually had to be on the track trying to get, more fit and in shape, with your doctor. That's a little bit different than Ozempic, which is being prescribed as like a miracle drug.
Yeah, miracle drug.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not.
But like
we don't.
They don't work.
All the.
I guess they don't actually work.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch.
I guess like if you wanna
taking it though, like all these like all these chicks, trying to be skinny are taking Ozempic, in large quantities, and we just don't. It's scary because we don't know the health effects of it on the human body completely.
Yeah, exactly. Thing is though, like if you want to lose weight, let's say you're morbidly obese, you're fat, you want to lose weight, you gotta just get off your ass, get some exercise and eat right. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, it's easier said than done, but that's just how it is. You gotta get off your ass, and you gotta stop. You gotta put down the cheeseburgers, put down the fries. Go to the gym, lift some weights, go on the treadmill. You got to actually move around.
Yeah, and you actually got to.
There's no magic pill that you can take.
Yeah, somewhat healthy. I mean, you could take supplements and stuff, and that helps. Like vitamins and whatnot. But yeah, I think I think with RFK Jr. as the Health and Human Services Secretary, I mean, I think it's going to be a really good thing, and we're probably going to get more of that sort of, personal self-care and alternative medicine based, basically alternative medicine based healthcare styles. You're going to have more to choose.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and we can also talk about let's talk about that Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that I mean, I'm gonna say this. I'm not surprised about it at all. Oh, like I'm just gonna say, like those of you angry of like people that like get angry every time Jake Paul wins a fight, and they tune in to see him lose, and they get disappointed every time. That's why he's like, you're the reason why he's like successful. He's doing basically what Connor did in his career. Yeah, he talked a lot of shit at the press conference. I guess he got people to tune in to want to see him lose, and he goes and he fights these old guys, these old wash boxers or old washed MMA fighters, and he beats them, and then everyone gets upset about it. It's like it's not really worth getting upset over. Like don't watch it if you're gonna get angry about it, don't watch it. Like he's gonna win, and they're probably scripted matches. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But every time he wins, though, there's always an excuse.
Suspicious. But yeah, I saw the Mike Tyson fight with Logan Paul, and it basically went exactly how
Jake Paul
thought it would. Jake Paul, not Logan Paul. But basically went exactly how we thought it was going to go, right? I mean, it's a 60-year-old man against a 27-year-old. Like, come on. Like, I know there is, the 3-second workout clips of him hitting those heavy bags and hitting those mitts as hard as he can. And, a story about him, like, knocking out his trainer or whatever. But, Mike Tyson, it was a money fight. He was already in debt before the fight, and he probably knew he's gonna lose. Scripted or not, he totally knew he was gonna lose. And he just kind of wanted to go the distance. But yeah, it was mostly about the money. It was mostly about getting his $20 million.
It's basically Rocky. Rocky wasn't actually thinking about beating Apollo Creed. He just wanted to go the distance. Same with Rocky 6 as well. Like he came back and he fought Mason Dixon. Like he knew he was going to lose the fight, and he just wanted to go the distance, like the first Rocky movie.
Yeah, that's basically my.
Speaking of Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. Did you hear about he was at Mar-a-Lago and he announced Trump?
Yeah,
like he announced he made a little speech, and he brought Trump to the stage.
I know he's a big Trump supporter, but yeah, that's impressive. I don't know he was introducing Trump to the stage at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, that was a couple of days ago. I wasn't too shocked, but I was glad it happened, because that kind of shows you that like people are less afraid to be Trump supporters now.
Well, yeah, like
famous people. People like Sylvester Stallone. He's already like a big enough name in Hollywood to get away with whatever, get away with stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's doing the Trump dance.
It was refreshing to see.
Like you see in every sport now, everyone's doing the Trump dance. I mean, even football this last week, everyone's doing the Trump dance. Oh shit.
You still there? Still there?
Yeah, I accidentally reset the stream. Well, not the stream, but
sorry.
Not the stream, the this chat. I accidentally reset it. But yeah, everyone in football this week was doing the Trump dance, as I said. And yeah, it was pretty entertaining. Unfortunately, Roger Goodell has to be a big baby about it, cry about it. And
yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes finally lost his first game, but as if that means anything, because guess what? He's probably going to win the next, 20 games after that.
It's like, the Chiefs lose to the Bills every year in the season, and then they just beat them in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
Remember
It's,
last season the Chiefs beat. Oh, no one remembers the season game. Everyone knows what happened in the postseason, but those of you that don't know, the Bills did beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the season, in the last year's regular season. And you know what happened in the postseason?
they lost
The Chiefs win like they always do.
because they always.
So it doesn't really. They always win. Like I said, the Chiefs are they're gonna be in the Super Bowl again, and everyone's gonna pretend to be so surprised and angry about it.
Everyone's gonna be mad, and people are probably gonna boycott the Super Bowl. Just like how this Dallas Cowboys team, this Cowboys team is so fake right now. Like it's just completely falling apart as an organization. Jerry Jones can't get his head out of his ass. I mean, I can't stand him right now because all he says is every time they ask about a new addition to the roster or, trying to sign a new free agent or trying to look after a draft pick, every time he just says, "We like our guys." That's Jerry Jones for you. And then he fired his former defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, who like the last year, right? He, that defense was the top defense or one of the top defenses in the league. Now it's the bottom defense of the league because Mike Zimmer and his 20-year-old ass defensive schemes and fucking Mike McCarthy, who he can't run an offense to save his life. And then also all the people that got dropped off the team's roster in the offseason, followed by injuries taken early in the season, and basically destroyed the team. Cooper Rush is trying his best, but it's not like the 2022 Cowboys where he has fresh young guys and talents. It's not anywhere near that level. It's a sad team. It's a sad, disgraceful team right now. And Cooper Rush actually outthrew Dak Prescott, like majority of Dak Prescott's games this year. Like most of his games, he's had between like 100 and 200 yards, and Cooper Rush actually threw like 340 something yards this last game. So we outplayed him, but they still lost anyways. It didn't matter. They got blown out by the Texans. That's basically how the
Texans.
Cowboys news right now. This team is just sad.
What's up?
Oh, we're doing a live stream right now.
Oh, well, good luck.
Let me talk to you.
That was weird. That was random.
You know that guy?
Yes, I know that guy. That was just random, though. I didn't invite
No, he was a part of the group. Oh.
Yeah, he's just one of the members. He's probably just bored.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so
It's been a bad year for the Cowboys. I don't care. Anyone who said, any delusional Cowboys fans who was saying, it's our year early in the season has to be completely silent now. Everyone saying that Dak Prescott was the greatest thing since sliced bread has to be silent right now. Because it's
that was they've been saying that for the past 30 years. Oh, next year, maybe next year. We'll get it next year. And
it's almost every team, though.
30 years later, and well, yeah, every team's been like that. But like the Cowboys, they haven't won the Super Bowl since '95, I think. Yeah, 1995 was the last Super Bowl they won.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they've been saying that every year. Next year, and it never happens.
Yeah, but these clown ass Eagles fans, they just they still want to talk shit, even though the Cowboys fans have all pretty much admitted that it's not our year. We're probably going to finish third in the division.
Nacho year.
It's nacho year. Just like Kamala Harris, it's not her year either.
Nope.
Yeah, Kamala
Nacho year.
Kamala Harris has just been, she's been quiet, and you know why? She's now $20 million in debt from her campaign.
Yeah, from paying all these celebrities, these fucking millionaire celebrities.
So yeah, she's in debt. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson profited $20 million from this fight. So I think it's pretty funny. Like complete polar opposites. So pretty weird that both of them, one lost $20 million, the other profited.
Like Kamala Harris's whole campaign was just celebrity endorsements, and we saw how far that went.
Yeah, celebrity endorsements, and then softball interview.
Oh, just woman president.
Yeah, softball interviews.
Woman president.
Yeah, saying woman
and race.
President. So DEI basically, and identity politics, and then vibes and joy, because that's what it was. There was the TikTokers and vibes and joy.
Orange man bad.
Orange man bad. They literally called Donald Trump the Mr. H man with the mustache from World War II.
Yeah, the guy from Germany.
They literally called him the German.
The same old fucking
man.
They've been saying that since his first run. Like, that shit is so old. That whole the Hitler compare. Well, yeah. Well, I just said his name. Yeah, that guy, the German guy. We're still making they're still making that comparison. Like it's like beating a dead horse already at this point. But we already know that's not true. You know, we lived through 4 years of Trump already.
Yeah, I mean, I just think
it works on really stupid people though.
It's crazy. People who are saying that they're losing their rights, by the way, you're not losing your rights unless you consider having a third trimester abortion in a Midwest or Southern state a right. I guess that's the only thing that would probably change. Even then, most of these rights, only a few of them have really gone crazy, and almost all of them have basically endorsed the Hyde Amendment or some other similar, compromise rules. The only ones that I can really put my finger on that went a little hardcore was Texas was probably the one that went the most hardcore on theirs. And it probably does need reform. There's a short time Arizona did, but I think they corrected it recently. And then there was Alabama had a pretty bad abortion thing where it's 2 weeks. Those are really the only really hardcore ones though. Even Idaho was considered a bad one, but even that one had exceptions for rape and incest in the life of the mother.
Yeah, exactly. It's all what the SJWs are melting down over are just made up nonsense. You're not gonna lose any what rights are you gonna lose? They can't name you a right. They'll just say abortion, but Trump has said many times, his stance on abortion and shit.
What about the other rights they say is trans rights? And I'm like, that's not women's rights. That's trans rights.
Oh, are they talking about fucking trannies?
Even that,
men
when you
competing in women's sports
rights, there's two different groups. You have trans rights, as in, should a trans person be treated like a regular human being, and should they have the same rights under the law and constitution as anyone else does. And then there's trans rights as in special treatments, and they should have pride parades, and they should EI hires. Like, then there's those trans rights in quotations. Like, two very different things.
That's what it is. They want the special treatment. It's like, what rights are they even talking about? Like, obviously they want special treatment. We're supposed to like suck up to them like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, like the Democrats have been doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm fucking sick of these people. They're mentally deranged. They're insane. You know, they're like they don't deserve no special treatment. You know what they do? They need to go see a mental. They need to go to a mental hospital. If you ask me, they're insane people, and I'm sick of them being shoved down our throats. No pun intended.
They don't need special treatment.
I'm sick of.
They could barely.
I'm sick of the pandering to these people. They're disgusting. Those of you like, if there's any SJWs, you can be like, "Oh, I'm transphobic." No, it's not a fear. I hate when they say that phobic. It's not a fear. I'm just sick and tired of these people being shoved down our throats, like they're the second coming of Christ.
That like Biden hired are weirdos. Like, you seen the one he put like this bald drag queen in charge of
the bald guy with the dress. Yeah, that guy.
Department of Energy. We have a bald drag queen. You know, like how is this person qualified? It doesn't make sense to me, Skip.
Yeah, DEI.
It ain't right, Skip. And yeah, fuck Joe Biden, by the way.
Like, I'm glad. Like,
we're in a fuck.
I'm glad. I'm fucking glad Trump won. All this DEI bullshit. It's dead. All this DEI shit in the White House is gone.
Yeah. I'm glad.
I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the pandering.
You know, I think the SJW's demise. I mean, Donald Trump. I mean, a lot of his cabinet picks aren't. You know, they're not all just like old white men like some of the SJWs think. Like, they're kind of diverse. You know, you have like Vivek Ramaswamy, and you have you know, you have Tulsi Gabbard. She's Hawaiian. You have Dr. Ben Carson. You know, you have all these people that are, you know, they're a diverse kind of melting pot of people that Trump's bringing on his team. And the left doesn't like that. They don't like that Donald Trump might be, you know, in a sense, out-lefting the left.
Yeah, now they can't use that excuse. Now they can't say he's racist and all that shit, and he's sexist. No, they can't say that. I love, like, I don't fucking race bait. I hate that shit. I hate race baiting and shit. Where it's like, I just find it hilarious that Trump is like, they're eating their words on what they're saying about him being racist and shit. And look at his hires.
Yeah,
you know, look at his hires. It's not just all white. It's just not all white old men. It's just not all old white guys like they keep saying.
Yeah, I mean, and they say, oh, he's racist. They also say, oh, he's homophobic. Well, guess what? There was a gay marriage at Mar-a-Lago. So how is he homophobic? Doesn't make any sense, Skip.
They're just throwing words out there.
He also hired the first ever gay cabinet member as well to a position. So he can't. So he's definitely not homophobic. He also told people he wasn't homophobic, like back in the early 2000s, before it was cool on The Apprentice. You know, before it was considered hip, right? To be, you know, not homophobic. Like, he said on The Apprentice, like, oh, I don't care. Some people like steak and some people like salad. So yeah, he's not homophobic either. So yeah, they're pretty much eating.
All what they're saying is just all what they're saying. It's dead already. It's like they've been saying it since his first run, and none of it has been proven to be true.
Yeah, and you know, they're just trying everything. Like, I heard they're hoping for the some other court case indictment on Trump again to like go through or whatever. As if Trump isn't already just gonna pardon himself as soon as he takes office.
Yeah, they ran out of things to do to try to sabotage him.
They're out of their goddamn mind, Skip. You know, the thing is too is the left, the problem with them is they're not taking any of the criticism going back, towards them. And after the election, I heard this point hammered by left-wing figures like Cenk Uygur and Brett Maher and what's his face, Bernie Sanders, all say the reason the left lost is because they abandoned the working class. And the leftists, the pundits, they'll go ahead and fucking say some stupid shit like, "Oh well, Tim Walz was the vice president choice, and they did a camo Kamala Harris hat, and they tried to do the white dudes for Trump." And everyone saw through that
Harris.
fake, and they were pandering to like neocons.
I guess too, the white dudes for Harris too. They found these fucking just a bunch of soy boys, like that fat guy that ripped it, that morbidly obese guy that ripped his shirt off.
Yeah, Boogie, I know him.
That streamer.
Yeah, he was melting down after the election.
Like those white dudes for Harris, they were just these fucking soy boys and these fucking actors these pretend tough guys. You guys that pretend to be tough guys with the script in front of a screen.
Yeah.
Like
the
we could all see through past this whole white dudes for Harris.
Like these Marvel characters, like
what?
America.
Yeah, these fucking Marvel actors and shit. These guys are pretenders. Like we know they're not like they're like fucking they act, they get all their glory. They get glorified for pretending to be something they're not.
Yeah,
like we could see like normal people can see past them.
Like Robert Down syndrome.
Yeah, Robert Down syndrome. Christina Evans, the guy that plays the fucking Hulk, Mark Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, Robert, the left, they might have Robert Down syndrome Jr., but we have the real Robert Down syndrome Jr. We have Elon Musk.
Yeah, we have a legitimate fucking Iron Man. They have the guy that pretends to be Iron Man.
Yeah.
They got the pretend Avengers.
They have the fake
pretenders.
Movie Avengers. Yeah, and we all know that, the SJWs like CM Punk are probably crying right now.
Oh yeah, probably.
Otaku too.
Yeah, wrestling otaku. What is he? Is he an SJW?
Pretty sure he's an SJW.
I know he's a fucking weirdo.
I definitely know Furry Gamers Against Trump is probably having a meltdown. I've never seen his meltdown. But guess what? Furry Gamers, his account has been gone for a while. I even did a search recently on YouTube and he's gone. He's just he's like doesn't exist anymore. Deleted his channel.
Deleted his channel.
Deleted his channel. We asked him to delete his channel. Thankfully, he did it. Finally listened. But something just tells me for some reason that, you ever get the feeling sometimes that dude's probably just out there on the internet crawling around in some dark corner. But yeah, he totally had a meltdown.
Probably.
He's not going to get his zoophilia legalized. And what is he going to do then? Nothing. He'll do fucking nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah, fuck Joe Biden.
And fuck Kamala too. Kamala Harris is trash.
Yeah, Kamala.
She called us trash.
Kamala Harris will never.
She called us trash.
We'll never hear from her again.
Trash.
We'll never hear from her again. This is like her political career is dead. I highly doubt she's going to run for president again in 2028.
I'd be very shocked if she tried to rerun. But I don't know. The DNC, they might try to recycle characters. I mean, especially if they're not listening and they're still saying that they're blaming the election results right now on like CNN and MSNBC on racism rather than what Bernie said that, well, they abandoned the working.
They're saying racism and misogyny. You know, the same old insults. Like they're still pulling out the race card and the misogyny, the sexism. It's like, get over it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Clearly, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work, Skip. But you know, they just beat a dead horse. They keep trying with it. It's kind of sad.
They think we're stupid, but you know, we're not as dumb as you all think we are. There are some really dumb people that still believe that shit, but clearly the majority does not believe in it.
Yeah.
Because look at the results. They lost.
Yeah, they tried to gaslight the country though. It was crazy. This weird election cycle. They tried to gaslight the country into to voting against their own interest essentially, and that didn't work. They were doing some mental gymnastics.
Yeah. Like finally,
it's crazy.
Finally, it's over.
Yeah, I'm actually
like it's been 2 weeks already, and I'm still celebrating.
Yeah. I'm pretty hyped up though. I think it's going to be a bright future for sure. I'm hyped about a few of these cabinet picks from Donald Trump. He's improved his cabinet from last time for sure. A few guys I could care less about, and a few guys I'm a little sus about. But for the most part, I mean, you look at like Tulsi Gabbard being put as like director intelligence. And I look at RFK Jr. as a HHS secretary, and the idea to establish Doge with Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. That's confidence building.
Yeah, it is. I think it's too like Trump's cabinet picks. He has former Democrats in his cabinet.
Yeah, he's got RFK.
Something the other side, something the other side would never do.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Scumula, like Biden, Scumula, they're just all their cabinet picks are probably just DEI and like yes,
Liz Cheney
that they can control.
They might put
Liz Cheney.
They might have picked Liz Cheney or Dick Cheney.
Who was that?
Oh, Liz Cheney.
Or
Liz Cheney is I believe is the wife of Dick Cheney, who is the guy who brought us into the Iraq War. He lied about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and thousands of people died.
What is that like? What is that like during Bush's run?
Bush's run.
Oh, yeah, they probably would.
They would have totally
put her in the
Liz Cheney
cabinet.
But hey, we traded Liz Cheney for Tulsi Gabbard. We'll take that.
I think they would have put a leash on her though, because the Democrats, they want full control over all of their all of their politicians.
Liz Cheney.
That's why they hate Trump, because they don't have control. They can't control him.
Yeah, that's why the SJW is like, they're livid. They're absolutely livid at like Bernie Sanders right now, who dared imply that he might work with Donald Trump. How do you feel about that? Bernie Sanders might be working with Trump on lowering the interest rates of credit cards.
I'm all for it.
I
don't know. I don't like.
I think that's a great thing. It's going to lower the interest rates of these credit cards, and it's going to mean that less people are in debt. I mean, that's something that there's a common goal that anybody can look forward to.
Yeah, it is. I don't think the left is though, because the left, the left, they want you to be in debt so you can keep giving them your money.
Yeah. And then the other thing is you see is the day after Donald Trump got elected to become president-elect, the stock markets freaking soared through the roof, and cryptocurrency went massively up. Stock markets in Tesla and EVs and SpaceX, they all skyrocketed. And also Trump stocks as well, like Trump Tower, that also went through the roof.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So like literally Donald Trump just winning that election, it boosted those stocks a whole lot. And that's huge. That helped a lot of people too.
Don't figure.
There's a few people I work with, they are into the investing and they took advantage of that. Got a few $100 extra for the week.
Trump wins and it goes up. Go figure.
Yeah. And then also, if you haven't heard as well, it is Putin and Vladimir Zelensky, like they're open to doing a meeting and discussing ending the Ukraine war as well. Putin said like the day of that he's open to meeting with Trump about it, and Zelensky says that he believes that he could work with Trump and with America's help that he could get the war finished and basically solved in a peace treaty through within like a year.
Yeah, the guy's not even in office yet, and the Ukraine war, even the Palestine war, Israel war, might be over.
Hamas basically surrendered like the day after, basically saying that they're begging for a peace treaty. They already have. Donald Trump was already in a meeting with Bibi Netanyahu and the Hamas leaders. And basically what happened is it seemed like the Palestinian leaders, they wanted a deal. They just want the war over with because 42,000 of their people, 2/3 of them women and children, have just been killed in the war. So they're like pretty much done. They don't really even have much of a military to fight back with if they wanted to, because they're just a ragtag group of militia. So they did. So they wanted a deal, but Netanyahu didn't want a deal. So hopefully Trump can work out something there as well. There's a few guys in the cabinet that make me a little bit sus about the Israel-Palestine war. Specifically, like Mike Huckabee being the ambassador for Israel by the U.S. But at the same time, I wasn't expecting that Trump would even solve the Israel-Palestine conflict anyways. It just seemed too violent and too high tension that it might be out of his grasp. That, and it's all up to Bibi Netanyahu at a certain point anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much
it's like they're eating their words.
It is good though that at least there's at least some sort of initiative to try to find peace by this administration, which is going to be great.
Yeah, everything the left claimed about Trump, though, like they claimed that Trump was going to bring us to war.
Yeah,
look now, the war might be coming to an end.
Well, hopefully, but Joe Biden just allowed it so that Ukraine could launch a U.S. long-range missile into Russia, and Russia is planning on they're signing into law that they might be able to retaliate with nuclear force. So it's crunch time right now.
Yeah.
When Joe Biden, I think.
Yeah. Anything else you want to?
Biden administration, it might not even be Joe Biden himself. It might be his cabinet. You know, his warmongers in his cabinet that approve this, and they probably just trying to sabotage Trump before he gets elected.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
You put a problem on his plate, basically. So that way they could, have something to run on, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, anything else you want to bring up?
Yeah, I wanted to say about the election. I was pretty surprised. I was expecting. I was actually wrong about one of my predictions. I was expecting that like shortly after the November 5th election, that some sort of violence would occur, some sort of riot or something somewhere. But it really seems like the SJWs, they just kind of stayed home and melt down on the internet. And, the few cases of political violence, it wasn't really even violence. It was just kind of like, like Karens yelling at people and shit on like airplanes, and like taking down.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, I guess a little bit of graffiti here and there. Like earlier today, you said you saw that couch that says "fuck Trump" on it. Like that's basically what it's been for the most part, right? Recently,
That's like nothing though. It's like just
it's
some some tweaker with TDS.
There was a bunch of violence that followed them, and a bunch of riots.
Like
the last two elections had big riots that followed. Even on the day of Joe Biden winning, Black Lives Matter was in the street rioting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the 20th, I think it is. We'll probably have to wait till the 20th to see if there's any rioting. If there's going to be any rioting.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to certify the whole thing by January 6th. And then there's a few SJWs who I see are still holding on to some sort of sliver of hope, talking about a recount or whatever recently.
A recount.
It's actually very funny because last time when we asked for a recount, it was completely denied.
Oh yeah, when we asked for a recount, yeah, it was like, we're election deniers.
Democracy, you're denying the election. As if Hillary Clinton also hasn't denied her laws since 2016.
Yeah, didn't Al Gore do that too?
Yeah, Al Gore kind of denied his loss as well. It wasn't even that long though, but it was still, he did deny his election results pretty shortly after.
But yeah, the tables have turned.
It's basically like she is, now the Democrats are trying to deny the election results. Trying to say, oh, there might be a recount. I've seen these people still have their Harris signs up in the neighborhood. And I'm like, bruh, she's not going to win. It's solidified.
Yeah, it's all over.
It's all over. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to talk about. Any closing remarks on your end?
Yeah, well, if we voted for Trump, we fucking did it. We did it. The wokeness is dead. The SJWs, they lost. And yeah, I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Let Me Talk to You podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. comment down in the comment sections down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you. Goodbye.